So a couple months ago, I moved into a new house, and this is the background that you guys have been seeing for a while, but I thought it'd be kind of cool now that it's like almost done and finished, or it's at a state that I'm happy with, kind of just take you around and show you what it's like, how I've set everything up, and ultimately whether or not I regret any of the things that I've purchased, or if I feel like I've made the right decision with some of the gear in here. This is where I film, edit, and just chill, so I wanted to personalize it and make it my own space and fill it with things that make me happy, and also just kind of show off a little bit of who I am. But the goal is ultimately to make this the most functional setup that I've ever had, where I could just press a couple buttons and get up and running without overcomplicating things. So I want to show you my desk and the accessories that I use, and like I said, tell you if I made the right decisions. Quick disclaimer though, this video is not sponsored in any capacity. I'm also not making it to pad my pockets with affiliate links. I will put affiliate links down below in case you're interested in some of the things that I talk about, but I know some of you watching are probably trying to like build your own setup or just want to see how things are done and see what kind of like pieces you could put together. I would try to figure out what is best for you instead of looking at other people and how they work, because my setup might seem easy to some, it might seem stupidly overkill for what I do to others, and it's all about just trying to find like that right balance and make it work for you. So with that out of the way, a like and a sub to the channel is always appreciated, and thank you guys so much for being here. So starting with the desk, it's like the most basic desk that you could possibly imagine. I'm using an IKEA Alex drawer with a couple of legs from IKEA and a tabletop from a place here in Canada called Structube. There is way too many things on the desk, so I decided not to opt for a standing frame, and because the room is quite small, I just wanted to maximize the amount of storage that I have. I picked up these liners for the Alex drawers, which gives me some space to hold things like my microphones or pens and some essentials that I need on a daily basis. And under the desk, I'm using a cable net to keep the cables off of the floor, so it gives the illusion that it's a little bit cleaner, even though nothing is actually cable managed. Realistically, this is about as deep and as wide as I would need for a desk. Because this is the most that will ever be on it, I want to keep it pretty simple and clutter-free, and because of all the weight, it's already quite sturdy. And now recently I've picked up a 3D printer and I've kind of gotten a little crazy with it. That's how I've mounted my audio interface, which is a Scarlett Solo 4th Gen, which is what I use to power my voiceover microphone, which is the Rode Procaster. I have it sitting on the Rode PSA 1 Plus with the shock mount for the mic to reduce any vibrations. It is a really sturdy setup. It's about as good as I could ever need for my microphone, and I am really happy with it. I also do think that it looks pretty cool. I tried the SM7B before, which is the black one from Shure, but I found that it didn't really fit my voice too much, and I have cats. All of the hair got over the windscreen and it was kind of like a pain to clean. But now this whole 3D printer thing is kind of a theme with my setup because it's enabled me to hide a few things and also be kind of crafty and convince myself that the printer wasn't a waste of money. So I've also mounted my M4 Pro MacBook Pro under my desk with these rails that I could use to slide it in and out when I actually need it. Now the MacBook is the most expensive part of the setup, and for very good reason. I was very skeptical about spending this much money on a laptop when I did. It's almost fully spec'd out aside from the jump to the Max and the storage. So I went with the 2TB model. It's got the 14-core M4 Pro with the 20-core GPU with the topped out 48 gigs of RAM. I also did get nanotexture purely because it was certified refurbished and I saved a lot of money on it. But now that it's been a year, the only thing that I regret about it is the fact that I didn't go for the higher storage size. I started shooting in RAW with the Nikon ZR and it can honestly fill up pretty quickly, so I've resorted to shuffling between external SSDs and my NAS. And if I had the foresight, I would have just gone with the highest conceivable spec I could have afforded at the time, because everything now is just so stupidly expensive. But what's cool is that it's actually plugged into every single thing on my desk with a single cable. It goes right into this CalDigit TS5 Plus Thunderbolt dock, which handles my display, the interface, the speakers, and whatever other peripherals I plug in or decide to plug in the future. And it's also run into my CF card reader, which I have Velcroed to the desk so that I could take it with me when I travel. The cool thing though is that it does have an SD card reader as well and a micro SD reader at the front for easy access. And this entire setup would not be possible without this box. Actually, it can even handle my monitor to its full spec over a single cable. So I'm using the ROG Swift 34-inch ultra wide. This is the newer RGB OLED version, so it's running running at 360 Hz. It has a 0.03 millisecond response time, and it's WQHD resolution. I know some people are worried about running ultra-wides on Mac, especially at 1440p, just because of how macOS handles display scaling. I know this monitor is made for gaming, and its potential is pretty much wasted here, but it's also insane. This is my first time using a true RGB OLED, and everything is super crisp, text is very sharp, there's no fringing or weird artifacts, and the difference between this panel and a standard OLED is something that I've genuinely noticed. I also like having the ultrawide because it has a nice desk presence, which sounds really stupid, but I do love how they look. I'm also a really big fan of how easy it is to multitask with them. Using 2 or 3 windows at a time is pretty natural. And for video editing, which is what I do mostly on here, I like it a lot with DaVinci Resolve because I have a really wide timeline and things don't feel claustrophobic. I'll link this monitor down below so you can look into more of the specs in case you're interested, but I will say that this is the single biggest upgrade that I've made to this setup, and I have absolutely zero regrets. Beside the display though, I do have these 2 pretty small quote-unquote reference speakers. Honestly, I wanted something that was a little bit smaller that had really good sound quality for listening to music and if I didn't want to use headphones. So these are the M60s from Edifier. They can plug into an interface, they have USB, they have Bluetooth. They're also kind of insane for the price, and I even made my own stands for them with the printer to raise them up a bit more. Now, when it comes to headphones, I do have kind of an odd choice. However, these do serve 2 purposes for me. So these are the ROG Cathara, and they're a collaboration between Asus ROG and Hi-Fi Man. They're planar magnetic open back headphones. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I know what the hell that even means. I've tried to look into it, but the rabbit hole goes deep. However, these are hands down the best headphones that I've ever used. So good that I'll forgive how goofy they actually look on my head because they're incredibly comfortable. The soundstage is ridiculously wide because they're open back, and they also have kind of a neat trick. So you can use these in a few different ways. You can plug them into an interface, you can plug them in through USB, or you can use an amp, which will give you by far the best sound. For example, at my gaming setup, I use them with an amp that supports microphone and headphones because they come with a cable that adds a boom mic, so you don't actually need to use an external microphone. And upstairs, I use them purely as headphones for editing and listening to music, plugged in directly to my interface. They have incredibly clean bass, they sound ridiculously clear, and these are the first planar magnetic headphones I've ever used. I tried them at CES and I was blown away, so it was something that I definitely had to make a part of my setup after having used them. Though I don't take these with me when I travel, of course. I do use a cheap pair of IEMs that I picked up in Japan, but I will say I think one day I do want to upgrade these. So if you happen to be somewhat of like an audio nerd or an audiophile or whatever they call them, I would genuinely appreciate some tips because I like using IEMs. They're really comfortable and it's also really convenient for when I'm editing on the go. Anyways, outside of that though, everything is pretty simple. I use a Magic Keyboard since I use a Mac, but mostly because the battery life lasts me months. It's really small and it's just easy to move out of the way when I do need the desk to film. I also use the Logitech MX Master 4, and man, I never used to be a big fan of the MX Master mice. I've always had issues with them on Mac OS, but this mouse is so worth it. It has a horizontal scroll wheel, it has a ton of remappable buttons, and there's also a haptic touchpad on the left side that you can use to create custom shortcuts for specific applications. The battery life is also insane. I actually haven't charged this thing since I moved in here a couple months ago, which, come to think of it, is kind of ridiculous. I also use it every single day, so it's not like that's, it just being left on idle. And in my opinion, it's made out of much higher quality materials and feels way more premium than the older models, and it doesn't even show a single sign of wear yet, which is nice. But yeah, outside of the few smaller things like the MagSafe Ugreen charger I have on my desk, along with the light bar that's from Amazon, all of the other things in the room are either for show or are a more technical part of the content creation process. Like, huge shout out to Nanoleaf for the care package a few weeks ago because they sent out these lines and the pegboard and these other pegboards and this floor light, which make the room just feel a lot more cozy. And I also love this IKEA donut lamp that I picked up. I also added some under cabinet lighting to these shelves to make it a little bit more cozy in the background. And then everything else that goes into actually recording these videos sits directly in front of me on this desk. I'm using the Nikon ZR with Sony's 16-35 GM2. I just recently picked up a Zoom F3 recorder and an MKE 600 microphone because a lot of you guys were complaining about the audio quality, so thank you for that one. But everything's attached with magic arms and this big pole, and then above it is an Amaran Ray 120C with a 60 centimeter softbox. It's actually nice though because everything in here, whether it's Govee lights, Amaran lights, nano leaf lights or whatever can all be controlled from my phone. So if I'm sitting here, I can look at the monitor on my camera and figure out what looks good for the video without having to like move around the room and kind of just like mess with everything. But yeah, I don't want to keep this running for too long. I will say that I'm going to be in Germany for about a week. I have some videos prepared, but when I come back, the day after I arrive, I'm getting my wisdom teeth out. So bear with me. There's stuff that I have in the works. There's a lot of fun stuff, actually. It's just schedule might look a little wonky. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything in here, leave them down below. I'm always open to talking to you guys and answering what you have to say. And a like and a sub goes a very long way. Thank you so much for watching. And if you made it all the way to the end, consider dropping, I'm going to switch it up, a shark emoji down below in the comments so I know who the real ones are. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.